Hi, my name is Kevin Longino. I am the CEO of the National Kidney Foundation. I'm also a kidney transplant patient. I'm coming up on my 15th year since my transplant and doing well. I'm here at the KidneyX first annual KidneyX Summit. It's an exciting time. If you're not familiar with KidneyX, it's a public-private partnership between ASN, the Department of Health and Human Services, and it's an exciting partnership in that it's all designed to activate and accelerate innovation in the kidney disease space, which is sorely lacking because we're at least 25 years behind other organizations or other disease groups like cardiovascular or oncology and other groups like that. So very excited to have this partnership coming together and bring together a lot of the resources that need to come to bear to not only get us caught up but accelerate us in a big way. One of the things I'm excited about KidneyX is that not only is it going to advance and accelerate innovation, but it's going to do it with the patient at the center. At the National Kidney Foundation, we're all about patient engagement. We're all about patient advocacy. That's essentially who we are and at the heart of everything we do. And as representing the patient, we've been able to connect with the KidneyX team and ASN and the team at Health and Human Services to really integrate patient input in all the things they do. Not only just the roadmap of what the things that are going to come out of KidneyX, but even in this first prize, the phase 1 Redesign Dialysis, there was patient input on a lot of the activities. There were patient input in the technical review, there was patient input in the judging cycle, and there was even in the criteria for submission, KidneyX asked those submitters to talk freely and openly about how they use patients to integrate their technology or inform their thinking. And so we're excited about that. We've seen really good examples so far in the federal government. In the last couple of years, there's been a lot of great changes, particularly at the FDA, where they've been integrating and taking patient input to think about new types of immunosuppressant drugs for kidney transplant patients, and also in new devices, and also in some of the things that CMMI just announced around alternative payment, value-based systems, and really taking into account that the patient really cares about outcomes, the patient cares about being healthy, the patient cares about things as simple as side effects, where oftentimes the nephrologist or the clinician is mostly concerned about what the lab reports say, but the patient needs to be able to go to work and they need to be able to and consider themselves cured if they can function in their life. So oftentimes side effects are the kind of thing that gets overlooked in the current status quo. But I think having the patient at the center of all these new innovations and all these new devices and hopefully soon new pharmacology, we're going to be able to talk about things that matter to patients and what they consider success to be. So in phase 2 of the first part of KidneyX's implementation, which is called Redefining Dialysis, that's really a prototyping phase. So a lot of the submissions that were announced yesterday were things that were already in prototype phase, but many times people were just doing proof of concept in labs. And as you may recall or may know, KidneyX is all about commercialization of the new technologies and get them into the market. So phase 2 is going to be all about prototyping, and we're going to be looking at submissions and technologies and applications that the people, the inventors or the investigators need seed money to take something to the prototype phase, or they need to go from prototype to productization. Now we're still working on a lot of, and the KidneyX team is still working on what those things might be. But what I'm hopeful for and what I'm optimistic about is that they're really going to have a lot of patient requirements for the investigators, for the inventors, and we're going to have even more patient input into the productization, delivery systems, pricing, all the things that the kind of things that patients care about, which are what are my copays going to be like, who's going to pay for it, how do I maintain it, what's my technical support look like if it's a device, those kinds of things. And so I'm really optimistic, and I hope if we keep the momentum we have around KidneyX now, we'll continue to have patients as the center of what these technologies are. And so it's not just did you solve a scientific or biomedical problem, but did you do it in a way that's useful and practical for the patient.